Hey y'all, it's Sarah and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Alright y'all, so today's video is going to be a fun one. This is a library haul. For those of y'all who know me pretty well, you know that I like to go to the library. I'm there at least once a week, sometimes twice a week. I'm always checking things out from the library. I'm not someone who likes to purchase all the new releases. I like to try them out first before I actually buy them. And if I like a book from the library, then I will purchase it. I'm going to make a video in the future about my reading habits, my reading journey, all that sort of stuff. But I am definitely a mood reader more now than I used to be. I like to have a variety of options of books that I can choose from for the moment in time that I want to read. The last thing that I want to do is only have a book that I don't want to read and force myself to read it. So I do grab a bunch of books from the library every time that I can, so that when I am ready to read something, I have a book right in front of me that is hopefully going to be something that I like. So what I'll do today is I'm going to show you all the books that I've gotten from the library in the last 2 weeks. I'll let you know what I'm hoping to read soon, maybe what I am going to be returning today for someone else to try, and some things like that. So if you are interested in hearing about some library books that I have picked up recently, then just keep watching. Alright, so the first book that I will start with is this one right here, and it is Good Girl, Bad Blood. This is the sequel to A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, which I have talked about here already on my channel. But this, again, is a continuation of that series. I'm actually going to take this one back today as my hold for the audio just came through. I've heard that the audio of this series is fantastic, so that's going to be one that I'm probably going to listen to. We're going on a road trip soon, so that will be one that I'll have for that drive. I'm excited to breeze through this one. I know it'll be really quick, and I can't wait to listen to it. Next one up is going to be my book club pick for December. I know it's getting a little late to start reading this, but this one here is Crescent City by Sarah J. Maas. Crescent City is an adult urban fantasy. It's got angels and demons. It's got a strong female lead, and I'm really excited to read this one. I've loved everything pretty much by Sarah J. Maas so far, so I'm excited to see if I like this one as well. Spoiler alert, I have DNF'd this once after like 20 pages. There's so much info dumping at the beginning of this book, but I was told if we just get past that, then it will be okay. So my goal is to be able to get past that first info dump and be able to actually see this book for what it is, and hopefully, as a good book club president, finish the book before our meeting at the beginning of January. So I will be keeping this one. I'm not going to try and read this on audio just because I can't even imagine trying to learn a new series and new characters just by listening. I am not an auditory learner, so that'd be very difficult for me. So I am going to keep this one here with me, and I'm glad I was able to get it from the library. Alright, so the next one that I grabbed is Starsight by Brandon Sanderson. I was hoping to have read Skyward by now. I started it probably a year ago, and I read like 20 pages, put it back down. I really want to get to Skyward. It was like my goal for December to read that one so I could read this one next. I know the third one just came out, and there's a couple novellas as well. So I'm going to be taking this one back, but in its place, I'm going to try to listen to Skyward on my road trip as well. Alright, next one I got is this one right here, which is City of Bones by Cassandra Clare. I used to own this book, but I got rid of it. I got it from a library sale for like $1, and I ended up giving it to a friend. But I found this again at my library. It seemed very nostalgic to me because I feel like everyone in my generation has read this book and I haven't. But again, it's an urban YA fantasy about a group of people called shadow hunters who are out there killing all the demons. I know this one might read a little young for me, but I'm excited to see where this world goes. I know it's really big and expansive. There's tons of books. They're still coming out, and I know a lot of people talk about this. So I kind of just want to be like in the know, if that makes sense. So I'm going to try and read this one soon. It's a really quick one. I might be able to do this one on audio because it is YA, but I'm really excited to get to this one and feel like I have, joined the club of everyone else in my generation. So again, that is City of Bones by Cassandra Clare. Alright, so next one up, I can also take back to my library because I just got this on audio as well, and it is Crescent, which is the third book in the Lunar Chronicles by Marissa Meyer. So I've mentioned Cinder in one of my past videos, and this is a continuation of the series that Cinder is in. This book follows Cinder and Scarlet, which are two stories that are sci-fi, YA, a little bit of fantasy, and they are based on some fairy tales like Cinderella and Little Red Riding Hood. This one, I believe, is Rapunzel. Yes? I mean, she's got long blonde hair on the cover, so we're going to go with Rapunzel. But I'm really excited to read this one, and I can actually take this one back because I got it on audio. The basis of this is that there is a sci-fi world in which there are cyborgs, and there's also a population on the moon who is trying to take over Earth. It reads a little middle grade to me, maybe younger YA if we're being technical. But I really love this series. It's just one of those things that's like fun to read. You know, when you think about turning on an audiobook, if you want one that's not going to be really stressful for you to read or a lot to keep up with, this is really fun. It's really quick. And Marissa Meyer is a great storyteller. So I would definitely recommend this series to people, but I'm excited to listen to this one on my road trip as well. All right, this is the part where things start getting a little heavier. We are now moving our way into adult fantasy territory, and I'm going to start off with this one here, which is Jade City. Jade City is an adult fantasy about a world that is controlled essentially by jade. Jade is a stone that is mined, and it helps people enhance their magical abilities. I've seen a lot of people that I watch talk about this one and just say it's an amazing story, so I'm really excited to get into it. It's an adult fantasy, but I've heard it's not super difficult to follow. It deals a lot with family and it has political intrigue, so I'm excited to read this one. I don't think I'm going to get to it in the time before it's due, so I'm probably going to take it back today, but just wanted to show you all this one as well. All right, another one that I'm not going to have time to get to, unfortunately, before the books are due, but I wanted to show it to you guys to just sort of see like what I'm interested in reading lately. You know, like I said, I am a mood reader, so I like to grab different things, and when they pop up in my brain as something that I want to read, I have them. But this one I don't think is one I'm going to get to, and that is The Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson. This book is 992 pages. It is giant. It is a really large new world. I believe the books are still being released. Yes, I think. So I'm excited to start this, but I need more time. Like, I need to be able to dedicate like a chunk of my week to reading this. And right now with my life schedule, I read like 2 books a month. And those are smaller books, so I can't even imagine how long it would take me to read this. But I've got some things coming up soon that are going to be changing, and that's going to allow me a little bit more time to read. So I'll get to this one, just not right now. All right, next one up. Everyone and their mother, I swear, has told me to read this book. I am not a character-driven person, but they've said that this book is amazing. This author is fantastic, and that is Assassin's Apprentice by Robin Hobb. I would love to get to this one before it's due, so I'm definitely going to prioritize this one. Robin Hobb is a fantasy legend. She's also written the Live Ships trilogy, I believe it's called, and so many people just appreciate her works and her writing talent, so I'm really excited to read this one. This is essentially seen as a modern classic, and it follows a young boy named Fitz as he becomes an assassin's apprentice. So I don't know too much more than that, but I am excited to pick this one up. I'm probably going to go into it blind just so I can appreciate it for what it is and not have any preconceived notions. So I am going to prioritize this one. The cover of this one is really pretty. There's a lot of editions of this, but this one is an illustrated edition. The font is big, so that will help me out a lot. But yeah, I'm excited for this one too. All right, and last but not least, one that's been on a lot of people's minds lately is this one right here, which is The Wheel of Time. The Wheel of Time is super popular right now because a new Amazon series just came out featuring this book series, and I am so excited to watch it. Me and my boyfriend are going to watch it together after we watch The Witcher. So Witcher is one of my favorite shows. We've seen season 1. I saw an early premiere of the first episode of season 2. So that world is in my brain. When that world is over out of my brain, I'm going to read The Wheel of Time, and we are also going to watch the show. So I'm really excited for this one to feel like I'm sort of following along with everyone else who seems to be watching this show as well, and then I'll actually know what they're talking about. So I'm also going to go into this one blind. I like to do that with a lot of adult fantasy. I don't necessarily like to know the premise, but let me read for you what the back says. It's very short, it's very succinct. Here we go. The wheel of time turns and ages come and pass. What was, what will be, and what is may yet fall under the shadow. Let the dragon ride again on the winds of time. Say less. Like, that's everything I want. I don't even know what half of that means, but it's everything I want. So again, this is my last book that I have out from the library right now. I'm going to try and get to it in the next 2 weeks. So hopefully I can get it done before these books are due. But if not, I'm definitely going to renew this one so I can read it and then check out the show. So I hope you guys enjoyed hearing about all the books that I have out from the library right now, seeing which ones I am prioritizing, which ones need to go back, and which ones I am going to get on audio. So if you are a library lover like me, let me know down in the comments. All of these books will be linked down below. They are affiliate links, so I may receive a commission if you choose to shop on that link. If you are not comfortable with that, that's totally okay. Just shop the way you normally would, or like I just did, check these books out from your library. So I can't wait to see y'all in the next video. Make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you later this week. Bye.